Good morning. Ominous. Good morning. Oh, I'm gonna hang out for a quick live this morning. I never slept much last night, but I need to have a tea with everybody. See who's hanging out for a bit. I gotta get my Streamline set. I'm gonna maybe get it's $25 for unlimited. I've never did anything like that, so I'm gonna figure out how to do that. PayPal or something like that. So. Oh, I see number 2. Good morning. Master Darkside, good morning. You got your mask on? Master Darkside. Hope everybody had a good day yesterday and having a good morning so far. Yeah, I know. Ace Sasquatch. Good morning, Jackie. You on your way to work? I couldn't handle 12-hour shifts. There, if anybody wants to come say hello. Oh, it's hard to believe sometimes that no matter how hard we train, right, sore, you still can't sleep. Then your mind wants to have its time, have its exercise, I guess. Were you in another chat? Or was it in this chat? That's why I like to bring just more like just the friend stuff as much as possible. Oh, Parkway. Howdy, brother. That was cool chatting last night, my friend. I was so exhausted and I still barely could sleep. I think I dozed off. That's hilarious. This is just a chatting. Anything to do with breaking away from news. Um, uh, talk about meditation, open-mindedness, um, views of like earthly views, um, realizations they've had lately, breaking out of the matrix, breaking out of that control, and just for friends to get away from everything, man. This crazy world right now. If you go with the narrative, if you're along with the air, the narrative, your heartstrings are going to be yanked so bad right now. Breaking away and just self, realizing self is not selfish. It's need. Just having a quick live this morning. I'm almost out of time. You want to come up for a bit? Right. Yes, I've known you for a while. Master Dark Side. Been a while. Yeah, been up for a minute. Yeah, I go to bed at fucking a little after 1 and roll around for a couple hours and up at. Oh, you got your own boat? Wow.
Good morning, Matt.
What? Morning, man. How's it going today?
Oh, not so bad. How are you?
Not too bad at myself, man. Not too shabby. A little exhausted. We
Chatting.
trained a lot this week. We done a lot of training this week, so
Doing what? Sorry.
um uh,
Everything's frozen.
there it goes. Was that out for a
Are
bit?
you back? Yeah, you
Yeah.
were.
Dang Wi-Fi. Being messed with, I bet, a little bit.
Yeah.
But my oldest or my youngest and my oldest, we always train. We play basketball every day, at least.
Oh, right. I've got you.
And then we spar. Like they can't go
Hmm.
walk by each other without throwing kicks. Not just little jabs. It's like they kick you,
Sounds
kick in
like
the back of
fun.
the leg. Yeah, it's. If I had boys, it'd be the same. So I raised them like boys. You know what I mean? Why
Yeah.
not? Not as much. Like it would be different with wrestling, right? I
Hmm.
show them how to collar tie and do the tie clinch and do the the fireman's carry, all the different stuff. But it's girls, because you can't really rough them up as much. But now they're tough and they don't know
No.
all my tricks.
It's as long as it's fun and everyone's happy, why not?
Yeah. Morning, native. Good morning, good looking honky. I missed anybody? I'm just gonna go there and give them a thing. I can't believe how cold it is outside, man. They're setting something up.
Oh, it's actually sunny here today for a change. Quite warm.
They can barely sit outside. Yep, my youngest plays travel hockey. She's on a boys team. She plays defense. I would love it
Right.
because I teach her offense. I teach her how to everything from catching the puck in the air without clutching your hand on it, like all those
Hmm.
little tiny nitty, those fine tuned things that separate hockey players, right?
Yeah.
Because when I played, I know that um, I knew that you had to do that extra dedication and that extra, that extra stretching, that extra, you know what I mean? So I teach them that if they want to go beyond and right. But
Yeah.
I knew even in track and field, you could run 11-second 100 meter, even under 11, and then
Oh, I think you're frozen again. Oh, hello, where have you gone?
there you go. Dang
Oh, you're
Wi-Fi.
back.
Yeah, man. Oh
So you,
man.
you were telling us about the ice hockey.
Oh yeah. Travel hockey on the boys team, being defense. Grr. Yeah, freaking Wi-Fi.
Oh, you're back.
Yep. It's a test of the nerves, right?
Yeah. Oh, it's awful when they're messing and things like that. Are you there? And you're back.
Yes, this dang thing, man. I know there's nothing wrong with it. It's a test of the wit,
That's
right?
it. You just got to stick with it. Keep going. Hello again. Are you there or it's frozen again? Are you back?
Yeah, I'm back. They're messing with me. So I put mine on data for a minute. Hey?
It's a carry on when it starts.
Yeah, well, they're just messing with me. They don't like us
Hmm.
talking. It fucking pisses me off, but it makes me go harder. So if they just let us
Yeah,
have a couple people to talk, it'd be
yeah.
just fine, right? The more it
Uh-huh.
pisses me off, the more I go. That's
Well,
when I
that's
like to.
it.
You seen with my channel, the more I got bugged, the more I'll bug back, and I don't care, man. I have
Well, the,
nothing to ever lose in this life. I don't hold on to nothing. I don't care if I'm
well,
gone tomorrow because I already know. I already found the truth, and I'm helping bringing other people to that open-mindedness, to
yeah,
release. Yeah, we don't want to wait to deathbed, like kind of stuff for release. That's when people start doing it. You want that
yeah,
to happen. You want it to happen before, right?
yeah. Because obviously it's going to be better for you than
Yes.
leaving it until the last minute.
And that's why people say their life flashed before their eyes. They never thought
Yeah,
about it before because they never thought about it before. And then it
that,
flashes before their eyes, and then they're like, "Oh man, what the?" You know what I mean?
yeah.
So
No, it's probably best to find all these things out as soon as you can,
yes,
which I
yeah, get
think is
the
really good with what you've taught your daughters and everything. I know you don't push them, but
yeah. They
you,
never know how the nitty gritty that I know. You can't ever teach that stuff to anybody. That takes a lot of research, but just open mindedness. Just I teach them respect, no matter what. You love the one you're with, no matter
yes,
what. Respect, love, equality, admiration, all that has to follow. But you meet in the middle. If somebody's not meeting in the middle with you, it's not worth it. It's not
well,
worth it
that's
because
it.
they're just gonna be a bum or be a dictator, right? If somebody's not meeting in the middle, it's never gonna work.
That's it. It's the same as politics. You have your two extremes, but it's only ever going to work if it's down the middle.
Right.
You can't achieve anything with a far left or far right government. I think you've got to meet in the middle, take a little bit from both sides, and
Yeah.
carve a path down the middle.
Yeah. And my thing isn't fight back or resistance. It's just to be, just to not to be controlled, right? I don't
Just
go
to
out and
go
tell
with the
anybody.
flow. Yeah.
I'm not like a streetwalker that's gonna say anything. I'm just like, this is just about having friends in the world that are like you, right?
Yeah,
Having friends in the world that just, you can respect and they can respect you, and because
yeah.
there's none of that even in the small Canadian city. That's the camaraderie's done. It's gone. The community's been done. And they tell people that the community's there. Now everybody thinks that as soon as somebody talks to you, if you don't know them, that they're stealing, raping, or whatever. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They're just like, when I first got in the city, I had to say to people, because I'm a country boy, and I was like, "Do I look scary?" And they're like, "No." I was like, "I can't even get eye contact in this anywhere."
Oh, cities are
So
dreadful for that
so when
now.
so when I first got in here, coming from where in the country, with the kids and me sitting out there, you didn't know who was going to stop by and drop a whole box of steaks off to put in the freezer, like not even
Yeah.
saying anything. You know what I mean? And then you get into
Uh-huh.
the dog eat dog town or dog eat dog city, and even if it's only 50,000, it's still, um, yeah. Everybody has to meet online and stuff like that. I don't know if I could. I've never done it. I've never thought. I'm too nervous for that stuff. I can talk like this, but meeting online without having eye contact first, and that feeling,
Yeah.
it's to get a feeling, right? You could be around a million people, but there's only that one feeling with somebody, that just
That
that
one
connection.
connection. Yeah.
Yeah, unless you use your uh, sheep in wolf's clothing and you tell them, like other guys, automatic, "Oh, I love you forever," right? Tell them what they
Yeah.
want to hear, right? I'm not like that. My brother could
No, I
use a
think
slap.
it's best just to be what's the word, like, upfront.
Yeah, because there's always an electricity between two people. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? There's always, no matter what the narrative, there's going to be that
that
somebody.
spark.
Because but everybody thinks they're made for everybody. Nowadays.
Yeah. It's a very strange world we live in.
Hmm.
But I know exactly what you mean about the difference between what happens in the country and then when you get into the big city where nobody seems to trust anybody.
Hmm.
And eye contact, especially, I mean, somewhere like London, it's it's not the most friendly city.
Hmm.
Trying to get eye contact and a bit of a conversation off someone, it
Oh,
seems like it's
especially
a job. It's like pulling teeth.
yeah, especially with the mask.
Oh, that's just made things 10 times worse. I mean,
I'm gonna see
luckily
if
we,
my oops. I'm just gonna see if my Wi-Fi is working. Oop. It might. Is it working?
your picture's still not on, but I can hear you.
Okay. I still got. I still got over 1,000 megabytes easily of data, but
Yeah,
Wi-Fi
it's
never
just,
messes up. There's how many controllers? There's one, two, three, four tablets, one, two, four phones, two TVs on
yeah.
Wi-Fi, and then a laptop. So that Wi-Fi is never messed up, man.
No, I've just
uh,
got my phone and my tablet,
hmm.
but that's all I need. As long as I can contact people. And
Yeah,
I was a bit like you. I resisted getting a mobile phone and all of that for a good while. I thought, why, if I'm not in,
I
I'll
would
ring you
rather
back.
buy. I'd rather buy a bag of weed for that phone every bill every
That's
month.
true.
I can go to work without smoking a doobie, but I can go to work without my phone.
Oh yeah. I see if I go out, if I'm out with a friend for the day, I'll not take my phone.
No, it'll interrupt. I have friends that when we go out into the bush, if you pull your phone out or try to put some music on, you're allowed to get punched right in the shoulder or whatever. Yeah, they'd be like, "What are you doing, man? Get that."
Get that Black Mirror.
Hmm.
Put it away. It is, but I mean, I've got friends who I'm sitting there with them having a conversation, and they're sitting faffing on with their phone. And I thought, are you even listening to what I'm saying here?
Hmm.
And they'll sit there and they go, I know I'm sorry, I'm being rude and everything. I was like, well, stop doing it. Put it down.
I think that all joints matters. Yeah.
I'm
Yeah,
gonna
the
have
wife.
to try and I'm gonna have to try and find a dealer.
Yeah, there's nothing better than a good puff. I'm telling you.
Well, that's it. It
I had
just
the wife had two today before work. Wow, she didn't get enough. It's kind of got me groggy sitting here. I think that's why I was kind of just doing a quick. I don't even know how much time I have left in this thing, but
oh, it's
got to
all
figure
right.
that out. But when it comes up, it says you're almost done your streaming time. They kind of sucker you in. They make you feel good. You're
Yeah,
um oh, it says you're a master at this or something. You're a maniac at streaming. You're up in the top 5, 10%.
yeah,
If you need more time, it's going to be $25 a month. It's only $25, right?
yeah. It
But
starts
just
to get expensive then, and
yeah, I like this. When I play a game, I play Candy Crush. I did have a tablet before, but it just didn't work. It just played games, right?
yeah,
And it's just handed to me, and as soon as I think I made it 167th level, and then they force you to start buying stuff to get in to
yeah.
break into other stuff. I'm like, no way, man! I'm not paying for nothing.
The more you play it, and then you say, oh, if you buy such and such and all this, and I think I'm not.
Yeah,
It was a free game. I'm not starting paying now.
right. And that's when I
Often,
finished.
yeah, the lot of them they start off, but then you realize you've got to pay if you want any chance of winning.
Hmm. Or even
And
to
I
keep
think,
playing, because
well, that's it. Uh-huh. And I think I've got better things to spend me money on at the end of the day.
hmm
So
I do like the
mostly
challenge,
alcohol.
but yeah. Did you know rice wine doesn't have sugar?
uh, most wines don't have any sugar
Oh, so it doesn't
in
have a
them.
sugar content to like for.
Nothing that'll equate to glucose in my system.
Oh,
In
okay,
fact, if
cool.
anything, like most wines and things, if they'll lower your blood sugar,
Hmm.
because apparently your liver is putting out a constant stream of glucose all day. And the only time it stops doing that is when you have alcohol, and it stops putting out this stream because
That's
it's trying
fine.
to flush the alcohol out of your system.
Hmm. Hmm. That's probably why I got when I quit drinking. That's when they started telling me I had diabetes.
Well, when you
I was
stop drinking,
Yeah, I drank for years, 10 years straight without a day off. I bet you.
yeah, I went through a similar phase where I would literally wake up, grab the glass, and I would start
Hmm.
straight back on the morning. But I clawed my way
Hmm.
out of that. I'll leave it. But on a night during all this lock and the lockdown,
Hmm.
I think, no, you've earned it. I think have a glass.
Do you drink like brandy or scotch or
Vodka.
vodka? Yeah, that is my
It,
favorite.
it's the only thing I really know where I'm at with it.
Hmm.
I know my limit. And then normally, as I say, I just do it, go to sleep, wake up the next day, good to go again.
Yeah, it actually vodka give me a kind of a high. I like doing shots of vodka and then just taking one little sip of juice. Let
Yeah.
it sink right in. Yeah, liquor's quicker. Uh, yeah, I was a good drinker, but I just drink too much.
That's it. It comes to a point where it starts to become a problem, and you
Uh-huh.
really know you need to sort of do something about it, even if you don't want to give up drinking. You need to get your head around it a bit better. Do you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Yepper.
But as I say, after that, but I'm gonna have to get a look out, put some feelers out for a dealer
Mm-hmm.
around here. There's probably loads,
Yeah,
but
you're just being
mostly,
careful, right?
yeah, and a lot of it, what you get is cannabis resin,
Oh,
which I'm
those
not,
extracts.
yeah, and
Yeah, like
I'm not that keen on them.
oh, it goes fast while you're getting zapped, but um, yeah, it's just like either drink like to me, it's like you either drink a beer or you can have some liquor, right?
Yeah,
So when you get that, even a green oil is not too bad, but you got to have papers, you got to have something to put it in, or you got to have a bottle, or you know what I mean? Just different things to
yeah.
smoke it with, or you got to have like coals for your pipe, you know, to sit it on, or special pens and fuck that.
Oh, the crack pipe.
I like the I do like smoking honey oil though. When I make my own honey oil, it's excellent.
Yeah.
Morning, Tony, Anthony. Morning is night, night is morning.
Oh, I hope
Switch.
not.
Yeah, night's been switched for the day. That's why we wake up at night.
Yeah,
It's,
I think that's probably what has happened.
that's why we're seeing sun from the backside, light
Yeah,
glow in the sky, and then a light horizon. Remember the horizon used to be dark blue or like darker during the time. Now it's really light,
yeah,
and then you're gonna see the difference, right? And it's not the deep blue up top. It's just a little different.
yeah. I always remember when you used to get a much deeper blue up the top, but it's really strange now. Everything seems to have that milky haze
Yeah, that's
over
craziness.
that. Yeah.
Um, there was some other things to that, like how Anthony says about putting the vital metals and stuff back into the earth that have been taken.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? To make it, but it's yeah, it's kind of neat. Did I put some in there? Oops.
What have you done?
Oh, it's just heading to the chat.
Oh,
There we go.
oh, hang on.
There we go. Yeah, Tony. You're mean. uh, you're jogging? I'm taking a mat. You can tell you got a friend when they could write like that, eh? You calling me a shit again? October. All over the world. I'm gonna go see how cold it is outside. Ouch. I got the sorest legs ever. There's the crows. I bet you it's 15 degrees out here.
No, it's colder than it is here.
Ooh, I can barely stand out here in shorts and a t-shirt. Look at that one. You
Oh,
see them?
is it really cold?
Yeah, very cold. Ooh, more tomatoes. Wow.
Oh, hang on, I've lost the picture. Oh, right. Oh, there we are.
Lots of
Yeah.
peppers. Those are my hot
You
peppers
see,
there.
are they really hot? Are they?
Not as bad, but they're I think when they go yellow sometimes, sometimes red. I think when they go yellow,
Yeah.
they get a lot hotter. But yeah,
I was gonna say those ones are looking quite
it's
red.
been so cold that pool hasn't. Nobody's been in the pool for like 3 days. But yeah, these I can't even tie these down anymore.
No, they're massive. Them. I mean, they're gonna take on a life of their own.
Yes, man, they're growing out in the street, and next year I'm going to put one plant there.
Yeah,
Is when you super crop it.
yeah.
Oh, there's some spraying over there. Dang it, there's one over there. You
It
fold them
had to
out.
start at some point, didn't it?
Yeah, you have to. Oh man, it's cold. You have to keep tying them down and pinning them out. So as you pin the main branches out, they come wrapping up on the outside, and all the stuff on the inside shoots up. So
All
if
right.
just with a little extra work, you can get an extra pound of
Mm-hmm.
weed on one plant, right? Just with that little extra work and some timing.
Mm-hmm.
Most of the neighborhood's growing. Almost every third house has got plants in their yard. It's all about defending
Really?
them. Yeah, everybody. Um, my mother, I take care of my mother's.
Yeah.
So I take care of other gardens everywhere, man. That's how I keep busy. Yeah.
So you're a good gardener then.
Oh man, I've had a green thumb my whole life.
I can see you have actually when you show us around your
When
garden.
like I have to have I took that stretch out of the garden there, out of the yard. I was like, come on, can I make a garden? I need a garden. I'm in the city. I need something to think about. Well, I said, don't think about work. Work. I didn't even need to think about work. I already know what I'm gonna do. And I
Yeah.
don't. And it's just like your brain. You can't think you're smart. You can't think you're dumb because you don't know what you know until you actually need to know it. So you can never test yourself on that. People beat themselves up. That their own worst enemy, thinking, I just don't know enough. But you never know until you relax and tap into that ability,
Yeah.
right? But I took that. What was it? 3 foot stretch, 3 foot by 30 feet,
Yeah.
and I can grow what most people would use my whole yard to grow, just because I've learned how to.
Oh, it's excellent when you can do something like that. I just haven't got the space to do
Hmm.
anything like that. But if you have, it's incredible.
Do you guys? Are you an apartment, right?
No, a house,
A house? Oh, what
but the
about
garden's like mostly paved over.
raised beds?
We used to, but then they were took out as well.
Are they?
So, uh-huh. As I say, both were having the gardens about a 3 foot
Hmm.
by 8 foot little patch of soil where the rose bushes are, but apart from that, I haven't got much. And I wouldn't care out the front. There's a whole host of allotments, but getting one is nigh on impossible. People sign up and get them, and even though they're not using them, they refuse to let go.
Hmm. Yeah, I've realized that I put the stuff back in the ground that comes out. So I feed my gardens grass water all spring before I even plant anything. I uh,
Yeah.
I soak the water or soak the grass that I mulch in
Mm-hmm.
room temperature water, and you bubble it. You get all the green nitrogen out of the grass.
Right.
And then you pour that nitrogen right into your flower beds and let that soak in, and then it rains and it soaks down deeper, and it just
Uh-huh.
does the ground, right? But what? Oh,
Well, as you say, it's putting stuff back in that's been took out.
yeah, yes.
Good morning, Anthony.
Morning, man. I'm a little more lively right now.
You feel a little more lively.
Yeah, I was so burnt out last night. Holy smokes, man. You read that situation perfect.
I see.
Nothing like dozing off, sitting up.
I see you sent me an email.
Did I?
You must have a few days ago.
Oh, and it just finally got there?
No, I just don't read my email.
Oh,
I don't give a fuck about emails, bro. I don't know why anybody I give an email out anyway. I don't even fucking read them. I realize I have a Facebook account, Twitter, Reddit, and I don't look at none of that shit.
yeah, I got like 20 friends on Facebook. I'm just doing that for networking for work.
3 Facebook accounts. Many people for me. At the same time, I don't even know half of who they are. They all know me. I don't know who the fuck they are.
I know, because people are in that matrix of that shit. It's so important for them to get that.
Everyone knows me. And this is what, let me tell you what I discovered this AM. Some fucking idiot at about 3:15 tried cursing me. Do they realize what world this is? When you become aware, let me explain something to you guys. And y'all, whoever are listening in that chat who want to go on playing these spellbound games with the awakening ones, you're playing with fucking fire, dude. I don't have to do shit. Do you realize I don't have to say nothing? Not a word. You come against me with that bullshit, and I'm not tied to it because I went direct. You're creating problems for yourselves when y'all do that. Don't curse other people with these spells when they won't work, because you'll backfire and it'll hurt yourself. It's karma. That's what this world does. It doesn't play, brother. So you have nothing to worry about in this awakening. That's why I say have no fear. If you have no fear, nothing can harm you in this reality. Trust me.
The war above us.
Trust yourself.
Good morning.
That's what you need to trust, not me, yourself, because I am me and I am you at the same time. If I say trust me, I'm telling you to trust yourself. You see? If I'm saying I am, it's because you are. So when someone comes to me and says, why are you saying I am, you arrogant fuck? It's because you are. Without you, I don't exist.
Right.
And if they don't understand, don't worry about it. Just walk away. Love them anyway. They may hate you. They may throw rocks at you, but they will not hurt you. You understand?
Yeah.
That's all you got to worry about. Because let me tell you something. In Jesus' days, they wouldn't have pulled this shit. He'd have knocked them on their fucking ass. Do you understand what I'm saying, brothers and sisters? This wouldn't have played this shit. Jesus would have knocked you on your motherfucking ass. Talking about Do you understand? He would have knocked you out of existence. He would have deleted you completely. So when someone says Jesus was perfect, he was perfect in both ways. Let me show you how. He has to take the good with the bad. He has to consume the good with the bad. He has to go through all as I'm going through, and you are going to go through everything he went through. We all got to do what he did, but not the way they're portraying it. They used it as let me just tell you the truth. The New Testament, Old Testament, all these books, they're spells. That's all they are. They're occults. When they got rid of the witches, they got rid of the tools, but they kept the tools for themselves and they used them against us. That's not going to fly. That's why this world will disappear. It has to. It can't stay.
Yeah.
Say my world. I didn't create this. I didn't create this shit. This is shit. This is not nothing I would do. I would be in sync. I would be in tune. Ain't a damn thing in tune in this world. Maybe a few, but not many. Because when I look in that Testament, because it's a manifestation, that's all that book is. That's why you keep your fucking eyes out of it. You manifest things for yourself. Don't let them manifest it for you.
Yeah.
See? When you look at that
Mhm.
weather, they're showing you that weather. They're manifesting your power, your fear to make those storms get kicked up. Without your power, they don't work. This is the world of using you. When you stop letting them use your will will be done. Because the watchers, when they know you're in balance, they will roll them down like a bowling pin, a ball hitting bowling pins. You understand?
Yeah.
You have nothing to worry about. So when I was dropping them bombs from the skies and hitting Hiroshima in the past and all that, that wasn't me doing that shit. I had nothing to do with that. Why would I? But if the people were so bad, completely bad, and let's just say Jesus did went over there in their cities, and he would have walked in there in their day, and he would have saw them with change. He would have saw them selling shit out of those tuning forks. That's what I call these temples of tuning, temples of oneness, because the music
Yeah.
created all this. It's the sound, and people think it's number. They think it's hands-on experience. Never was a hand-on in anything. It was just there. Always was. Does it need to be explained? Why does anyone feel the need to want to belong to something? Why belong to anything at all? You don't recognize a number until you're aware of it, because
Mhm.
it doesn't do anything until you use it. See? So
Until you give it power.
what is matter? When I'm looking at this table that I'm seeing now, I'm looking at it right now, and it's doing something weird. It's I can see the digital imaging of it, you see?
Yeah.
And when I look at it a little deeper, I seem to want to go through it. And is that normal? Well, yes, it is. Because if you look through an older laptop, remove the back, and you look through the filtering, you can see
Yeah.
you can see today's truth. Now the cameras, the reason why they're upgrading them is because they keep adding filters. Every spectrum of light, they have to add another spectrum to hide it so that they can merge it with the lights
Mhm.
that's already here. So now if we're sitting with 8 spectrums of light when we started out in one dimensional, now I can see why the lights were so dim and so weak, like the old sun back in the day. So
Yeah.
we were getting the upgrades to the world, but the world wasn't getting the upgrades to the beings. Do you understand now? The upgrades
Yeah.
given to
think
the
so.
world, but the beings not getting their upgrades. And when you upgrade your car or your boat or your watch or your phone, oh, I'm going to get the new Mac Pro with the 5 freaking cameras or the 8 cameras. Why would they put 2 cameras? Why would they put 3? Why would they put 4? Why in the fuck would you even put 8? Why would you even put 45? Because if you had 45 cameras all being shot at the same time when I'm passing at the speed of light and the cameras are
Mhm.
fast enough, you won't catch me anyway. So what difference would it make how fast your computers or your cameras get? You can't
Yeah.
see the true power of what we are. When the power is cranked up, it's not visible. You see, when the power gets cranked up, shit disappears, brother.
Yeah.
That's what happens. This matter, it will disappear completely if you're not careful. You can walk yourself right on out of this shit in the blink of an eye, just with the power of thought. So be careful how you think in this thought provoked reality. You call it what? Living? Good morning. Oh, look at the beautiful sun. It's just a conditioning. That's all. If you let go of the bullshit, like Dr. Pepper does what to your pecker? Not a good thing. You realize what they're putting in that keeps getting you hard. The things they're putting in the food keeps you hard. Keeps you in the sex mode, man. You gotta keep them juices in you, man. You need them. Gotta have that. No,
The juices in me.
you're not.
I know what you mean.
No, dude. You're laughing, but I'm
No,
serious.
no. I'm just saying because it.
No. Listen, these chemicals are vital. If you need the chemicals to survive, that's the number one ingredients is in the chemicals that mix. That's the life.
That's why they say for soccer, you're not supposed to release a few days before any games for football and stuff.
There you go.
Because you need that vital energy in there to. I think you probably eat those proteins back up, maybe from the inside out.
It's not the exact way you're looking at it. I mean, if you have something wrong with you, explain. If something seriously goes wrong with you inside you, like a brain hemorrhage or something, how can you repair it with that tool? That medicine is a fucking tool, dude. Really.
Yeah.
And I didn't realize how vital it was until me holding out. Holding out seems to work in this reality really well. Jesus knew that. I just got lucky finding that. I just happened to not care. Why is this thing getting hard? How do I stop it? Studying what's causing this. I did not do this, you see? And then I realized it's the subliminal messaging, the shit that comes through the computer. It's the piezoelectrical picking. Because what it does, it opens your brain up.
All to warp the mind, right?
Spot, and it piezoelectrically drops the numbers. It burns them numbers right into your memory. See? Now you understand what I'm saying? You can't get rid of it unless you're aware of it. If you become aware of it, you can block that. That's why I'm saying when someone says I'm just a quantum computer, I'm not sure what a perfect diamond is, but let me just tell you this. I'm not just a quantum computer. I'm 2 quantum computers about to become 3. Does that make sense?
And it might be a little bit advanced for me, but
well, let me just say how I'm saying that. If we pull this off correctly, the one perfect implosion, let's call it the perfect implosion between the 2 perfect implosions, because it's going to take another implosion against an implosion, and there's a catastrophic event after that, but not as bad as if the 2 were alone. The 2 implosions were alone. Now, if they're there at one time, it's less we can expand off of rather than contract it, you see?
Yeah.
We will lose many, but not as many. But we can lose the main power that's causing all this chaos and get rid of the beings that don't need to be here. And those beings that don't have love or consciousness, they got to go. And what I'm saying, that's the ones that's staying in the world, outside of the world, not in the world, but outside of it, living on the program. But you can be inside the world, living in the program, but not using their programming. You see, there's a difference. You can walk among them without making waves. It's been done for eons. You can walk among in this reality without making waves. Why do we need to start making them now? You see, they don't know this. They don't know I know this. They actually do not know I know this. They hear me talking about it, but they have no way of knowing if I'm truthful about it or not, because I blocked these fuckers. I blocked them all this morning, all of them. I had because I found ways they were infiltrating me. They're coming through, man. They're coming through in so many ways. They're coming through your electricity. I'm feeling these energies coming through my outlets. Do you understand what I'm saying? Outlets. Yeah,
that's what a bed is supposed to be at least 12 inches away from the wall, so that shit can't jump into your head that easy.
Yeah.
That's what can cause bad dreams. Manipulation.
I haven't had a bad dream or a manipulation like that in a long time. It's because why? I'm aware of them. Am I aware of my meditative state when I'm laying down? Because it's not sleep. You know, I don't know who the fuck created that program because they got caught dead. They got caught with their penises in their hand. Now, but let me tell you something. There's nothing good about sleep. Nothing is good
Right.
about this sleep.
Because, yeah, the only way sleep is bad is because, like, a deep sleep is more of a meditation, and the other one is toxification sleep.
Yes, it's
Your body is so toxified and fucking messed up that it just wants to lay there.
It
Yeah.
just lays there
Right.
while your energies are getting used by something else.
Right.
That's the truth. That's the only way they're allowed to use your energies is when you're in that state.
That's why they put us all to sleep at the same time and shit like that.
Right.
All stayed up at the same time and kept ourselves up. How many of those? Let me tell you what would happen. Let me explain. All those celebrities, all those actors, they
Yeah.
wouldn't last long. Let me show you why. They're using our youth of energy to keep themselves young and making us old. It's the spell that's making us old, brother.
Right. Yeah.
I am reverse, what they call that, reverse osmosis. I'm emulsifying my fucking self. Does that make sense? I am going backwards in time, not forward. My mind is going backwards. The body might be going forward, but mind goes, the body follows. You understand?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Where the mind goes in awareness, the body can follow.
Speaking of
Let
that,
me explain when I say that. The matter can follow it.
mm-hmm.
Because I'm seeing where Jesus could have been. He could have created an expansion in the dimension outside of this in the future of things and the power he had. He could do this. I'm not saying he can't come back. Anything could happen. This is the world of mysticism or mystic, whatever you want to call it. It's where anything goes with the power of the thought of mind and the will of the body, or whatever you want to call this, the will. Whoever's doing this, and who is those whoever's? The computers? Who started this life? I'm going to say a computer started us off because we lost many moons ago. We lost many beings over the ions. Reincarnation is the only thing we've ever been able to redo. Getting back the exact being has always been a problem for us. I see something that Isis done when she lost her brother. She built a pyramid to bring him back. It worked, but he was not the same. You understand?
Right. Yes.
It's never the same. Pet cemetery. We tried that. We tried bringing the animals back to make the people happy. It didn't work out because the will of the thought of the mind is different than the will of the thought of the mind of the animal, because they're not as intelligent as we are. So why would they want to be brought back from where they went to begin with? They would be fucking angry at you because you took them out of something that was much better than where they were. They didn't. They didn't.
And then brought them back.
You brought them back. That's why it's making them so angry. Now, raising yourself back from the dead, you have to have everything. Everything has to be spot on.
Yeah.
If you lay yourself down, you have the power to raise yourself up. This is fact. So that tells me that you can't raise yourself up in the matter. That's not going to happen. I see that now. I'm seeing that clearly. The matter cannot leave. The only thing that can leave is the light that you once was in that body.
Yeah.
Yep.
See? So if Jesus went anywhere, he left his body behind. That's guaranteed. And so did Moses. If he didn't get on someone's ship and leave. Because has anyone ever found Moses' body? I think they have. Tutmosis is Moses. It would have been. That's who I'm calling Moses, because it got, you remember when they claimed they found yada, 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 and they didn't find shit. What they've done, they staged it. It's a complete stage. They didn't find shit. They moved shit around. I got to thinking, man, that's a botched job. And I saw that from the top when I first seen the documentary. I recognized, I said, man, these bitches staged this. This is not how Egyptian buries their They're living. Buries the living. Now you understand the Egyptian called the dead the living.
Yeah.
They're living. I'm looking at the cartouche and I'm playing that back in my head, and the language comes back that we're upgrading. Not dying. You're upgrading.
Yeah.
Live this life in mastery. You master this life, you go on to the next. If you do not master this life, you cannot go on to the next. You understand?
Right.
This is
Yeah.
only a temporary place that you were brought here to experience anyway. Whatever it is they're doing has nothing to do with why you're here. You see, I don't like what they're doing, but it has no reason for me being. It's not the reason I'm here. My reason for what they're doing. My reason was for transformation and evolve, to go through this experience and go on to the next. Because I know that when I lay down, there's going to be a time where when I lay down, I'm not going to want to wake back up. I don't know when that'll happen. I can't make that distinction. But when I'm ready to go, I'm going. You know, I can't wait. I can wait up until a point. You understand? Because if I wait too long, I can't go. I'm stuck.
Yeah, you gotta accept and stay going with the flow.
Yeah.
If you fight it, you might get sucked back in for another round. Then you might wake up a little earlier and go through. I can never imagine waking up at 30. That would have been like 15 more years of this shit. Like, oh.
Yeah.
I think, the older you get, the kind of more it is, because I have a hard time. I don't think I'm going to be able to go work for anybody but myself. Just because I see through the loopholes, I see through the corner cutters, the sugar coaters, the fakeness, the timeline. You know, I'll be just how people are just fake.
Yeah, and
it's a rush job. It's a rush job, and then you find out you never even had to work that hard. It's like, you know what I mean?
You know, someone has called me something on my Facebook page. They called me the Antichrist.
Antichrist.
Yeah.
You push Christ.
Well, they called me the Antichrist.
I know. It'd be different if you talked what you did and never talked about the Christ walk. That's what makes us into a man.
I'm trying to figure out, because it's what I said, you know, and I guess it sounded so arrogant to call me the Antichrist. But at the same time, arrogance, the programming is designed that when you say I am, it's arrogant to them.
Right. Yes.
Morning, colorblind. It's because with confidence, people think that we're stating that we actually know for sure, positively. No, this is findings.
Well, reality.
This is
we do know.
Like, it's almost, we do, but like to other people, like we're not like Alex Jones and these guys stating that it's the final answer. Right, you know what I mean?
It's not. It never was. It's what you make.
We're trying to get somebody else here. Like Parkway comes up and he says something, and it opened my mind last night to a couple other things, and his mind was open, and it just, you know, like coil around creating a magnet. You wrap the wire around a nail, you keep coiling the wire around a nail, and you touch the two poles, and then before now you got a strong magnet.
Stop lying. It's the serpent that perfectly winds up your back and entwines in the figure eight. Your spine.
Yeah. And then it makes that magnet, get your resistors going,
and get your heart spinning.
Your firefly ass starts lighting up again, right? And you carry that light around, and they just shine, man. Just smile the rest of right to your last breath in this meat suit.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh, meat suit. What meats do y'all think y'all eating when every time we lose lives? What do y'all actually think y'all eating when y'all eating them hamburger places?
I know, that's kind of.
Do you really want me to go ahead and tell you what the fuck y'all eating? Do you really want me to open? I
think I can guess.
Human DNA.
Laboratory grown meat and shit like that.
DNA. Now, let me explain. Now, if we're cannibals, what's that tell you? Now, they keep that out of the books. They don't want you to know that, but they do mention it here and there. Now, cannibalism's everywhere. It's happening now. Understand, cannibalism has been here since creation.
Yeah.
there is tribes you don't want to go on the islands. If you end up on somebody's island, you end up on somebody's dinner plate, brother.
Yeah, I don't think I could eat a person.
Well,
But
let me tell you what you don't think you could and can't do, because I watched.
if I was starving, you never
I
know.
saw something. I had to go back and look in the predictive programming. I saw a movie that stuck with me. It's the reason that I know that it's fact, because when you're humane, this is what human means. In order to live, you'll do anything when you don't understand. So
Yeah.
there was a plane crash that happened, and they landed in the coldest of colds, and they were there beyond 30 days. And all they had after they ran out of food was the dead beings. What do you think happened to them? They lived because they ate off of the dead, which is the living. The living sustained them. If you must do so, if it's a must, you have to, because you remember when Baptist was in the wilderness, he ate what? Honey and locusts. What makes you eating human? They're doing it now in India. There is a group that all they do when the dead is burnt, what's left over, they go up to take all the bad energy and they eat all the bad meat. This is a fact. These little they eat their feces, they drink their own urine. That's all they do. That's that group in India. That's all they do. They eat bad energies and feces and human decomposite cooked meat. You see?
Right.
Now, you would think that would be bad, but in reality, it wouldn't be for them, because the meat's getting burned, it's getting reused, it's going back into the consumption of. They're not wasting anything, and in reality, those I don't know what you call them. Were they Dogon? I don't know. I can't remember. I'm not trying to remember names because I have so much I have to focus on for myself. You see, everything's self here. Everything that you do for yourself in this reality, brother, is self. And when they tell you that it's not, get away from them. Don't listen to them anymore. It is better to walk away from their ignorance than it is to argue with them, because they don't know no better. You understand?
Right, yeah.
In his time, they don't know no better. So forgive them. Walk away. Now, if they knew any better, it would be different. If they knew what they were doing before they did it, that's where you get them. See?
Yeah.
And now I got them. That's why they can't touch me. Because when they rise up against me, I come out. When they accuse me, well, whatever it is they accuse me of, I come back at them. I said, yes, but what about this? And why is this? And why is that? And then the crowd will go, oh, and they will drop their charges because they have to.
Yeah.
When you make them look bad with wisdom, they can't touch you, brother. Because I'm not trying to make them look bad. I'm only telling the truth because I'm walking in the truth. Yeah. And the truth is the best piece of weaponry that this world has ever given me. See, because when someone calls me a liar and I look at the charges and I see that their charges are false, do you know what they've done to themselves by rising up against me in this balance? They've cursed themselves, brother. You understand? I curse those who curse you.
Yeah.
It's something that you do not play with. Because I know what karma feels like. Now I understand why my father told me why I walk into shit and come out smelling like a rose. It's because I'm an acceptable, humble human being. And no matter what happens at the end of the day, I'm still that light that has to shine and share it with you all. So what difference would it make what happens to the matter part of this body? Because the matter no longer applies in this predictive programming for me, because I now know. Knowing sets you free and sets you apart from this reality. That's what makes me different than this world. My awakening. That's the only thing. The awakening and the frequency of it. That's what sets me apart from the world. It sets us all apart from the world because we're all different. We might be one, but we don't think as one. When we learn to start thinking as one, we will become one to the power of one. When you started out, all this experience you're having is in one sound, powerful mind. There's a piece of you in me Scotty. There's a piece of you in me, Matt. There's a piece of all of y'all in me. We're all pieces of each other in this reality. When we acknowledge that, that's when we become in sync with each other. You see, 1
Yeah.
plus 1 equals 2, 2 plus 2 equals 4, 4 plus 4 equals 16, and to the end of the 144 spectrum, that's where it stops for the moment. 144, it stops. 12 times 12 is what? 144. Isn't that correct?
Yes.
Now there's 12 in a dozen. There's 12 months in a year. 13 makes what? The Grand Awakening. That's what that man came to show us. 12 and 13 marks the Grand Awakening of truth and decision and expansion and experience. See? Here's where we have to expand or reset.
Right. Yeah.
Trying to expand, brother. This is what the world's trying to do. When they're spraying in the air, they're putting special compounds, liquids over metals, insulators, insulation, in the waters. You see,
Yeah.
trying to keep the waters in such a way that it separates the plasmatic outburst that's coming from the firmament being so close at this predictive state. When I'm saying
Right.
waters are getting so close that it's interfering with the electrical grids, it's interfering with everyday thoughts, because I'm hearing these radio waves stronger every day. And the reason I hear these radio waves is because they're turning up the amperage, not necessarily to the beat, but more or less to hold up the waters in the firmament. You understand?
Yeah.
Those obelisks that you see around the world are tuning forks, brother. They're tuned.
Or the obelisks.
The obelisks are tuned to the pyramids.
Right.
They're sending voltages, they're feeding voltages from the piezoelectrical effect in the atmosphere, or you call pressurized. Let me call it what it really is. Pressure, piezoelectrical properties right in your face. There's free energy. But yet, they're charging you for the energy you use. Let me show you something.
Yeah.
You're paying for more energy than you use because what you're not using is being put right back into the ground. I know. I tested it. I seen it with my own eyes. My meter is one way. So now I have 100% proof my meter's not lying because I now see it in the data.
Mm-hmm.
Meters don't need to be here. Neither does the water. Why are we paying for water and electricity that we are and the water that we own? Do you understand what I'm telling you? It's not the water we own. We're a part of it. We can't separate ourselves from it. See?
Yeah.
They would have you do that. They would have you build all these cubicles. Now they made I call this the prism. Not a prison, prism. An underground, in the abyss prism. Not underground, but in the abyss. Well, is the abyss underground? I don't know. Is there light outside of the abyss? I mean, is this just a copy and a mimic of another time? That's what it is.
Yeah.
That's exactly what it is, because what used to be never was. That's the problem. What they're saying isn't at all.
Right.
That's why I got out of the books. That's why I got that's why I renounced my citizenship. It's not that. It's because I see truth. When you see truth, the books go away.
Right.
That's what Jesus did. He saw that. Well, who wrote that? He says, well, that's Caesar. He said, well, then give unto Caesar what belongs to Caesar and give unto man God what belongs to God. That's what he said.
Right.
He wanted to hear what the public had to say, but he knew what they would ask him.
Because nobody else has your best interest at heart except for you or the people close to you, right?
Yeah.
But Matt,
So you can.
I know you and Scotty has my best interest because you're here. Jesus
Right.
knew that.
Yeah.
Now, how come I'm knowing that? Because he knew just like I knew. I know your heart. I know if you're interested or not. I don't have to see your eyes. I can feel the energy now. You know, it's just the way it is, Scotty.
Yeah.
When you're trusting, you trust. But don't be too trusting if you're running low on energy, brother, because they can give you bad energies right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you dive too deep.
I mean, you can be sent bad energy kinetically and not even be aware of it. Now I'm aware completely.
That's why I don't. It's just like you can stand beside that electric fence and piss, but don't piss on the electric
Yeah.
fence.
Yes.
Let me tell you a secret, brother. I'm gonna blow you right off your fucking socks. I pissed on the electric fence many a times because I knew no better.
Oh, I think I did almost one time when I was younger. Fuck.
Man, I tell you what I did
close.
one time. I was pissing on an electrical outlet standing on my bed. I'm pissing on the electrical outlet. Hey, man, this is cool. This fucking sparking. Yeah, check this out. I smelled coming in there. Well, my mama come in there. She smelled that piss now. What did you do? It was an awful fucking smell. But you know, we were kids, dude.
Yeah, I can imagine.
And it looks like the electrical outlet's got two eyes in the mouth anyway.
Yeah.
I mean, come on, man. I mean, when you're thinking outside the box, you see what it is. The guy was looking at me. He stuck his tongue at me. So I pissed on him.
That electrical socket was smiling at me.
You don't think I'm laughing. I'm telling you, it looked like something stuck his tongue at me, so I pissed on him. I was just a kid, but you know, we were kids with imagination, but it had two eyes, and I thought it stuck its tongue at me. You know what? In reality, it probably did. How do you know it?
Never know. Well, because there's like demons or entities in that thing, man.
Well, demons is not when they call them demons, they're diamonds. That's the problem.
Yeah, diamond demons.
Well, no, they're not diamonds. They're diamonds, brother. They're not demons. They're light.
Well, diamonds cast through the firmament.
No, brother, listen to me. That's not what I mean. Listen to me. I'm diamond in the rough, but I'm shining now. They're calling the devil, the demon, Satan. I'm telling you that's lies. When they're saying that,
yeah, they make up the name.
This is the perfect balance. Do you understand? The 666 megahertz is the perfect balance of what I am. How can I divide myself from that? I am from 1 through 0. As many numbers as I need, as many numbers that this world allow me to have. That's what I am, you see? I can't trust that. Numbers don't even hold me together. It's not even the numbers that holds us together. It's the power of the light and that holds it together. And the machines, without the machines and the light, what would you be? Nothing. So we have to cater to the machines, the awareness of the world. See? To understand that is to understand who you are. And you realize you're just a digital image living in a digital world. Let's make use of it.
Mm-hmm.
Make use of it now that you know. Because if you know, you don't have to worry about buying their electronics. You don't have to worry about upgrading your mind to their chips because your mind can upgrade itself. See?
Yeah, you can be high in life again, like your youth. That's the fountain of youth, is taking back your own life. To me,
you know,
that's my key to me, is realizing that I can only control me, but I took my own shit back a while ago. But just to actually realize that you don't really need anything or anybody around you.
And the Antichrist will be here, and this Antichrist they're calling is the one, but the Antichrist really isn't the Antichrist. And if that turns out to be the case, it's going to be the good one. But the only way you're going to know if it's the reality is good or bad is if you're connected, if you're awoke. You're not going to know.
Right.
You're going to be fooled by the system. That's why it says in very great detail, be careful of the system. It warns you of all these things, doesn't it not? It'll warn you that there will be false messiahs, many.
Yeah. That's why I got to see that the Bible's being played out. I'm just watching. I've been watching for the last few years, and just they put the red heifer, they put all this stuff in the paper. There's a channel called Many Fish.
Right.
This guy's good. He breaks it all down, the biblical parts of this shit. And it is about, being prepared, but not being scared. Because anybody who jumps into chaos they're gonna freak, right? Especially everybody that thinks nothing bad can ever happen to them.
That's the problem. They shouldn't think. None
Right.
of us should. Because this is where I find
That's-
myself. Sometimes when I'm sitting out there and I'm just sitting in the quietness of the day on the swing, and I get into the blank thought of things start happening. I mean, the energy start coming to me, the ores start coming through me. I can't see them. I'm not trying to because I'm in a blank meditative state. That's why I don't see them. Because I was explaining why I couldn't see them, because I wasn't seeing them because I wasn't trying to. But maybe today I will try. You don't know till you try. How could you know something unless you go through it? It's just the experience of it.
Right.
So until Satan is Satan and the Antichrist, get that shit out of my fucking face until you know beyond any reasonable doubt, and that's by connection only. I don't want to hear it. It's not worth my time for me anymore because I'm now awoke. The books are good. They're great guides. Don't get me wrong, but this Antichrist and this devil and this satanic bullshit is completely false. It's all the black books. If you go back and look in history of the pictures, it's tied to the Masons, the mafia, elites, and it only seems to work for them. So what does that mean? And not only that, look at all the cross. The cross. What does the cross actually mean? It's the God within, the infinitive God within. The swastika means the same thing, but people, if you got the swastika, oh my God, he's a German Nazi. You see?
Yeah, the L7.
Yeah. Well, look at some of these gurus. You see the Nazi symbol? That's not a fucking Nazi symbol. It's a infinitive symbol for God within. It's God within in every religion, even the God within in the how can another man come here and die for you and your sins? It doesn't work that way. It's not going to happen. If I kill you, can Jesus forgive you? Forgive me for killing you? That's not how it works. It doesn't work that way. It can't.
Something like that.
It's me who done that, not him. He can't forgive me for what I've done. I have to forgive myself. Can't no being forgive what I've done but me. And the reason why I say that, when you focus the eye on the sun focuses his eyes on you. I'm not talking about the S-O-N. I'm talking about the S-U-N. The power of this that created me is a digital image, a digital reconstruction of what I used to be.
Sandrovers.
Of what I used to be. This body's nothing. It's not me. It's not what I used to be. But the pineal gland and the energy in that is what I once was eons ago. We're all getting to experience what we once were. In ancient, wherever you come from, whether you crashed here from a spaceship, whether you came here from eons ago, whether the worlds have been reset and you're stuck on the abyss on this one, and you've been brought from planetary existence, from another planetary existence. That's the way it's happening here. This is what it seems like is happening here. This is many expansions in the abyss. I'm seeing many of these worlds like this everywhere in the abyss. So when you say time travel, yes, there is time travel. Time to leave, time to go, time to drive to the store. It takes time for you to take a shit. It takes time for you to eat. It takes time for you to make a phone call. It takes time for you to make your decisions. Don't you see what I'm saying here? You are time traveling, brother. Every fucking time you get in that car and take a trip and go down to the street, even if it takes you 10 minutes to go 6 hours, brother, you're doing good, because the mind is over the matter. When I take a trip and go to New Orleans, I can do it in 3.5, 4 hours now, because the mindset's more powerful than me now.
Oh, excuse me.
I'm about to take a trip again. And it seems like every day I wake up, I have another layer of goodness with a potential of godliness or madness. Makes no sense, matter to me. I can be either way and not worry about anything now. See? Because if I do something wrong, I know I can account myself for it and back up. As long as I make myself accountable for it, not a being in the world can touch me. See? Something happened yesterday. I didn't realize who we were talking to, but Matt Man been talking to this guy for a long time, Scotty. This guy was drilling us yesterday. Like, I mean, and don't get me wrong, we've had help in the chat and say, hey man, but what are you basing this on? Are you basing this on? They have to be some kind of foundation to start from in order for you to build what it is that you're looking for.
Right.
And the questions he was asking, well, no, I disagree with this. Say this is this. Trying to figure out what his fucking angle is. Man, I got so pissed off at him. I said, you know what? What was it he said? I don't know. He said something fucking stupid. I said, man, you full of shit. I gotta go. Or something. I don't remember what I said. But anyway, I got angry and I left. And I don't know. I was fucking with somebody in the chat. I think somebody was in the chat pissing me off. But at the same time, not that it was pissing me off. I'm only straightening the situation out. But it seems the situation is straightening its own self out. So I should have just left it alone in the first place, because it would have cured its own. The egos of their own selves drove them away from me. You understand?
Right. That's why I
drove them away. That's why I need to learn not to engage, because I know that the extreme powers that I have will create that effect.
Right. Just to let it unfold.
Yes, just let it unfold. Let them make their arguments against you, and when they accuse you of something, let the first order take care of them. Because when you are aware that the first order has got your back, they'll take care of your business for you, because you're about your business. They're about theirs. You see. Now, my business isn't your business. Your business isn't my business. Each and every individual has their own business here. It's the experience of it. I see you in this next life, brother. Y'all going to thank me very carefully.
Yeah,
y'all really going to love me, but that's okay.
That's why,
I love you.
That's why I love the knowledge, man. It helps me go and learn.
Oh yeah.
So every time that we talk, people might not totally understand, but it all starts making sense. It's the thoughts that I don't have, and the thoughts that I would have probably had like 5 years from now that are saving me all this time. All right.
Yeah.
This way, if I'm sitting there reading Fox News to you, nobody's going to grow. Everybody's still going to think they're in control, but because they know that narrative, right? Instead of their own narrative, right? You want to have your own self-narrative then to discern that other shit, instead of looking at that other shit and try to discern yourself.
And this system is designed in such a way, I can see the design of the architect now. I'm looking at it now. The architect is designed as this. It's the computer of reality. It's the biological living machine. This world is a biological living machine, and it has an algorithm. And this algorithm takes a complete balance, and you have to be able to accept both. And you grow from that layer by layer. Just as you've grown from eating, you grow from this knowledge layer by layer. Do you understand? As you grow eating, you grow with knowledge in the same manner. But now that you're growing with knowledge, you're backing away from matter. When you become aware, you back away from the matter. You use less matter, you see, and you use more frequency.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
It takes less to fire these prisms within me. I'm seeing that. And when you rise up against someone, you use more energy than you're allotted to. So yeah, I got to learn to keep myself calm, overlook the...
Right. Well, that's what it's all about learning, right?
That they're ignorant, first of all. You know, it's not their fault at all. And I need to remind myself of that.
Yeah.
How do you, when you've been picked on all your life, you've been fucking bullied, and it's hard to reprogram yourself and be so forgiving. I'm a work in progress every day, Matt.
I learned. I'm the one. I learned to take it. I learned to let take all the cut down, take everything, and then do it after. Because I've been dangerous, right? I've been trained my whole life. Not, the only time I ever flipped out, a buddy bugged me all day long before this happened, and we were drinking too. And I smacked him with a beer bottle right on the forehead. Ever since that day, nothing happened, but that was back when I was 17 years old. And since that day, I made sure that I was actually had to get physically hurt, right? Before I get that edge. That's why I give it to everybody their own chance to do that their talk, right? But I tell you, last night, if it started out like that again, I'm just like, sorry, dude, right? That's the only time I would ever cut anybody off. Before every time I go to talk, well, I'm not gonna like this, but I don't agree with you. After the 10th time saying that, it's I'm just doing my breathing, practicing my breathing.
I like when they tell you not to get your hopes up. What is hope?
Yeah, hope. It's a word. Hope is positive thinking to me.
Yeah,
Thinking the most best outcome, accepting the worst.
but manifestation is better than anything in this world. When you realize you're aware, you can move past it.
Right, like when my grandmother told me I could do anything I set my mind to.
That's right.
She told me that my whole life, and then no mountain's been too high, nothing's ever, unless I set my mind, right?
Right.
I can have that thought no matter what, unless I set my mind to it. I'm not gonna do it. Just like I seen show me right about hitchhiking. I was the hitchhiking age where we would take off and go 300-400 kilometers without even money in our pocket in a day, hitchhiking with your thumb out, right? That's adventures, but that was all taken away too, man.
Ask Ominous. Let me read Ominous's. Ominous Obelisk says, "Yeah, I heard something from it. Not everything, but from what I was hearing, he need to do some more research." Okay, what are you talking about? Ominous researching what? What would you like us to research? Because the books in their research, or is even. You can't trust their research because the elites are controlling their research. You understand? And who are the elites? I'm gonna tell you who the elites are. They're the fifth. They call
that guy from yesterday.
Yeah, he's one.
You could tell he either looked at nothing, but there's no backing for me to talk anymore. If he wouldn't say he's even looked at a channel, then no. That's why I'm in there trying. I was struggling for words. It was just like, yeah. Well, have you been to this channel? Do you want some real reality? Do you want to counter your thoughts?
He was
like every ball.
He was here on another mission.
Yeah. Unless he is just a plain, laid back weed grower.
No.
I doubt it. It might have been disguised. I know that. Yeah.
That's happening. It ain't happening. But anyway, find out what ominous means about the Oh My G guy from yesterday.
That guy yesterday, yeah.
He said he would he need to do some more research. Yeah. I was talking to him yesterday and I was just wondering what you were saying. I thought it was about that. He was saying things that were great, but at the same time, he really needs to do his own investigative reporting instead of using us as a guinea pig. He needs to find his own way.
Well, because even if they're agents, they're still on a need to know basis, right? So they're waking up.
They're on only on a need to know certain things. That's
so
it.
They're still waking up because this ain't regular kids that are learning this shit from us. They're still waking up and they don't realize that they're still a minion and they're still on that chopping block too after us. If anything like that happens.
Yeah, but don't be too when you know that's what they're doing, Matt. Don't give up too much vital information. Matt.
No. I just want to see the. Right. But I give everybody the one chance, right?
Right. But at the same time,
Well-
anyone can take these energies and use them against us if you allow them
Yeah.
to. It's you that allows them to do what they will. See, your will allows them
Yeah.
to intervene.
Yeah.
If you don't allow that will to intervene, it cannot. That's why they
See-
tell you in the court of law, do you swear to tell the truth, so help you God? See?
See, I can tell. See, I'll be able to tell by the way he types and talks. I'm pretty sure I heard him in Ranty Flat Earth chat under another name. I'm almost guaranteed. I've listened to that enough that I almost recognize the voice. And they all say the same thing. If you ever watch that, they say the exact same things. Well, if you do this, you do that. If you do this, you do that. So how could if you do this, you do that?
Surprised me about it. And he said, man, I don't want to show my face because, these energies and yada, yada, yada. He knew enough. I said, but man, let me tell you something. I said, if we wanted to reach out and touch you, you think your name and your identity is going to stop me from getting to you right here, right now?
Bobo Jones.
He said, I can see your point. You damn right. Yeah, because we can reach out and touch you. But at the same time, you have to be humble when you say that. Because it's reality here. Using those powers for it'll come back and bite you. That's what karma is.
Mm-hmm.
The world doesn't pick and choose. If you're unfair, it'll come find you.
That's why I don't discriminate.
That's right.
Everybody's equal in my books, man. It don't matter what you look like, who you are, where you're from. I'm your friend, just like I'm my best friend's friend.
You can look at me like you looked at Ghost Rider. Because in reality, that's basically what we're doing. We're taking back our energies, brother. When they rise up against you and accuse you falsely, I have the right to remove my good energies and leave them only with the bad. And that's what I've been doing. Isn't there something wrong with that? Or is that something right in what I'm doing? That's perfectly right. I own it right.
That's paying your energy forward.
That gives me my energy back.
Right.
If I'm not guilty of what they accuse me of, that opens the door for me to look and see what they've got that I can take back. And that's all I'm doing. I'm doing what that man did 2,000 years ago. I'll tell you what, you bastard. You want to act like that? Woof. That's
keeping the energy loop flowing.
Someone touched his cloak. They got healed. He turned around. Who touched my cloak? He wanted to know who got healed. You see? That energy ran out of him because that's what it does. When it fills up in you, it'll run out. It runs in when someone touches you. Why do you think he says, touch me not? I have not yet ascended to my Father. I'm going to leave well enough alone there because the power of tantrums is something else. You understand?
Mm-hmm.
But the body stayed. He knew that. The body had to stay. Jesus knew that. His body is here. You understand? It's in India. If people would go and do the right research, they found Jesus's family tomb, but they had to seal it back. Why do you think they had to seal it back? Because the truth would come out.
Mm-hmm.
And they don't want that yet. There's a lot of beings here that's wanting this to happen. They're trying to make that happen. And then there's the other part that's not wanting that to happen because they want to keep their gold. They want to keep their Ferraris, their Teslas, their livelihoods, their Marantz stereos, their acting careers. You see, that's not what this world's about. It never was.
Their silver spoon in their ass.
Yeah. This is not the intention of creation.
I meant mouth.
Y'all call this shit creation. Y'all really call this shit creation. Wow. Because you don't matter.
The creation's already here.
Every individual does not matter. They think they do, but they don't. This is the programming, predictive programming.
That's what.
You don't matter. The light does. You see, when they say, let me just say that. This matter will go away if we continue to eat up at it.
Mm-hmm.
That's why we're getting smaller. Why do you think we came from the biggest to the smallest? We're running out of matter. We're eating ourselves out of existence, brother. You understand now?
Mm-hmm.
Anything you eat is matter. Sometimes it would be better just to think about the matter and let it come into the hand. It would be easier than taking the matter from the ground. Because that's how bad the energies are or on the world. The world is vibrating in such a way and unbalanced that it's like a tire. It's about to explode, brother. It's going to fly apart in pieces. What do you think happens? The way they say it's spinning, it's spinning all right, but it's spinning in such a way that it's the kinetic energy that spins around you that keeps the waters back in this ball effect, the dome effect that you call dome or a shield. Let's call it a magnetic shield because that's what it is. The shields are up. We're putting up shields. These Tesla coils are shields.
Mm-hmm.
No different than Star Trek.
Great. Star Wars, Star Trek, yeah.
The future is now. It always was now. The future was now 200 years ago. The future was now 1,000 years ago. The future was now 13,000 years ago. Can anyone see that?
Mm-hmm. Just like it's tomorrow again. Yeah, I love it. Being in the now.
Yeah.
Tomorrow, that was hilarious. I was stoned last night, Tata. I confused myself. I was like, yeah, I love tomorrow, man. This was the best tomorrow ever. I think tomorrow's going to be great. I said, it's only 2 minutes till tomorrow, man. Fuck, another tomorrow. Right on.
Another great
Set myself for a loop. Oh, Scotty, I never even realized that you're muted.
Yeah, you're muted, Scotty.
Yeah. It was lower until you did that. I didn't realize that.
I thought
I didn't realize.
I do it all the time.
Listen,
I was reading. You know what? Believe it or not, Scotty, I
but-
wasn't really reading your mouth. I was hearing your voice and not realizing you were muted.
I heard you answering, but I thought you were just nodding, saying, "Yep, yep."
No,
I heard you.
believe it or not, I was. Muted.
Because I went to
Weird.
look in the chat before, and then when I've come back on, I've
Yeah.
knocked something
I'm-
else
I'm
off.
saying, well,
But,
Larry, you're
wow.
I can understand
Right,
that
can hear
you.
me
Yeah.
anyway.
Huh.
Yeah.
I've been talking to him. Believe it or
I
not.
was. Yeah, I know. Me too. Then I've seen you actually start to go, and I'm like, "Oh shit, he's really talking now."
Well, I'm talking to him. Believe it or not, I was listening to him. I'm like, he ain't saying nothing, but he was. That's why I'm finding weird to it. I didn't notice it until you said something. And I'm saying, well, wait a minute. He really is muted. I didn't think anything of it. I've been listening, talking to him, didn't think anything.
I've done it a lot of times, man. I'm
Wow.
sitting there, I bump it. I don't know what I'm doing, and then I'm talking away, and I'm like, "Oh shit, nobody even heard me any of those times." See,
Uh-huh.
it's only that like when you're in the Matrix, you get an embarrassment of like, "Oh man, I can't believe I did it." But other than that, it's actually funny when you do that stuff, right?
Tell you what funny. The funny part about it is when these idiots are looking
Yeah.
up at me. How's this motherfucker flying? Dude, I'm floating in the air.
Yeah.
I'm seeing this playback. Now look, I'm in the air. I have no fear. I'm balancing myself because I know that in the thought of me looking down, I will drop out of the sky. You see, that's doubting. Don't doubt yourself because the moment you doubt yourself, you will fall out the sky.
Yeah,
Do not
ominous.
doubt
Yeah.
yourselves.
I
Doubt
only smoke.
is the worst fear or predictive programming there is. Not fear, but the predictive program of it. It's worse.
Yeah, you can be your own worst freaking enemy, man.
That's right. Don't doubt.
That's supposed. Yeah, that sucks. I do that on tests, on their tests, because I can't put my own fucking thoughts on that shit.
right.
Right? So their test, there's the Red Seal Carpenter test or the Carpenter test for general carpenter, 100 questions, and you get like 3 hours to do it. And if you take more than a minute a question, you're gonna fall behind. And you can't. Oh man,
Yeah.
second guessing and I'm telling you, when you're trying to go through something fast, like when you're adding a distance from a concrete floor up to a finished ceiling, and you got to know what all blocks are and all the different stuff, right? What a plywood, 3/4 plywood, or a 5/8.
Yeah.
You got to know all that shit. And if you think, what did I put that? And you got to check, and you got a half a page of a question, and oh man, I can do it, but a squeeze by. But if I had
Yeah.
time, I'd be like more like Tony. Why wouldn't they do this like this and this like this? And I'd understand it more. But they're doing
Yeah.
that to try to separate the whatever from the whatever, the thinkers from the memorizers. Right?
Yeah.
I had a guy that passed his test. Well, I admit I failed it twice, right? He passed his
There's
test.
nothing wrong with that.
Right.
Hey,
Failure only makes me stronger.
can I ask you a
It
question?
makes me come back harder.
Who's Ya?
What?
Who's Ya? Yanni?
I don't know.
In the studio says life is about a bowl of shit. Yahoo says, yay.
Yeah, it says.
What? What is he saying? Who's? I think you might have misspelled something.
I've got to go anyway, guys, but it's
Mhm.
been fascinating listening.
I
And
like having you
everything.
come up. I enjoy having you come up, brother. Because we talked. How long did I talk about doing this? And then I finally took the jump. Right.
Yeah.
Actually, I clicked on that one link that we had in the thing, but I didn't know how that worked. It didn't do anything
Yeah.
to that chatting thing. It didn't take me anywhere. And then I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna do this.
I couldn't work it out either, Matt.
Okay,
I'll
yeah,
have a
that's what I
go,
said.
but
Mhm.
couldn't do it. But anyway, I'll see you tomorrow. I will back
Mhm.
on
Okay.
tomorrow.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, I'm gonna have to figure out more hours on my thing. But the last one I go, if I have 1 hour left and I go 5 hours, it doesn't shut off. It lets me
Yeah.
finish my stream. So I might have to turn to just doing lives and having everybody in the chat through YouTube until I figure something out. But I should have another
Right.
live tomorrow to finish out the week.
Okay,
And then,
well, I'll definitely be there.
Okay, brother.
Okay, so have a great day.
You
I
too.
love you both.
10, 11, 12. Oh, it's already
And I'll
2 o'clock
see-
there, eh?
Yeah, 2:00.
Time to go to the liquor store, huh?
No, I've
I'm
already
just kidding.
been.
Hell no,
It's 11 o'clock somewhere.
I got that
no,
in
it's
this
not gonna
morning.
Yeah, I don't know about liquor. Maybe liquor. Maybe he might want some. I want the liquor, so leave him alone.
Right.
Okay.
I'll see you
Right
tomorrow.
on. Have a good day, man.
All right, man.
You too. See you.
Sand Gropers.
Shrooms, yes.
Sand.
I
Well,
think I could handle mushrooms still.
yeah, you probably could, but Sand Grouper said something. He said we don't need herbs.
Oh, she did, yeah. Where's that?
Shrooms.
We don't need herbs. We have shrooms. Yeah.
She also said, "Yeah."
I didn't know what that was funny, but
Is Yah Yeshua or Yahweh?
Yahweh.
And explain to me who Yahweh is, because my neighbor says that all the time, and I don't argue with him. I just tell him, man, I don't know what you're talking about. I haven't a clue. Is that out the book of Enoch by any chance?
I think so. Yeah. You know what? Even going to church my whole life, I would point up to the sky and said them, the creator. I mean, I don't even remember what I said. I guess I did call it gods. I said there was golf gods. Maybe I never narrowed it down to one.
Well,
But I said there was, when I did stuff, when I let my open this go, we could be good at everything. There's nothing we cannot be good at.
right.
Because it's like you say, manifestation, belief. I was the one I never thought I could even join a team because I felt so broken as a youth in this world, right? I'm telling you, the first time I got picked on a team, even like before high school, was like amazing. You know what I mean? Not to being the last one picked. And then once I found out, even in high school, that anybody can join a team, holy shit, my life changed. They weren't holding me back no more, right? That's when it came down to like life. It's like what you know, what you do. It's not who the fuck you are. That'll never get you anywhere. Yeah, shrooms. Yeah.
I did shrooms way back when. What was the effect of it? Yeah, I got tickly from the inside. I was seeing all. Man, I'm looking at people, just looking at them, and started.
I would get like
a lot of echoing going on. Yeah, that's what it was.
I had red dots and like a heat wave. Not quite like doing acid, but it's like when I looked, the colors that were already in my eyes,
Oh.
it's just like a computer screen, right? It's how your eyes work, and I've tapped into that. It's just like, but you blend the images with those colors in your eyes, like on a TV. And I would see a little bit more red dots, like red through the waves, through the heat wave kind of shit. When I'm looking at somebody, their face wouldn't change, but it would just be like they know that something's going on in your head. It's like, yeah. But I don't think I've done mushrooms without drinking beer.
So let me ask you a question, Matt. I've been listening to you, but this is stuck on my mind.
Mm-hmm.
So Enoch, another book that they're bowing down to, is that the same thing as this Bible?
Yeah, there's just different versions, kind of. It all means the same thing. It means separating goodness from evil.
Well, but look at the wording. I'm seeing the wording. I'm just now looking at some of the wording in the book because I'm looking in my mind and I'm seeing some of the patches. Enoch built the pyramids. It says Enoch built the pyramids. Enoch started the pyramid chain. So how far back does that go? You see, it's the age of this world doesn't line up with and carbon dating is bullshit, Matt. Carbon dating can't happen. It's just, it ain't probable. The only reason they're saying it's ridiculous what they do.
Yep.
It really is. Let me just explain to you how I know this. I can bring a candle to you and you tell me when it was put out and when it was lit. Just tell me when it was, how long ago it's been extinguished. If you can tell me that, then I'd understand, but I guarantee you they can't.
Right.
I don't care how many spectrum analyzes you've done. You can't tell me an exact time unless it's been pre-recorded.
Right.
Even then, it would only be the memory of it. It would be so weak. How much would you
get?
Okay,
Chrissy.
So,
so
is Yeshua the same as Jesus?
I think so. Yeah. I never knew by these names until lately.
Across the street hears the word Jesus, he hollers at me, "Man, I wish you stopped saying that name is Yeshua." And I'm thinking, what?
Yeah. I just see more division.
Yeah. It's more of a divisional thing than anything I've ever seen. Yes, it's a different name. It's the same being, but different name, different reality, different book. I see it. But it came from the same writings.
Yeah. All means the same to me.
Yeah.
It all takes my focus off other crap.
I'm seeing that it comes from the same writings, but why has it been removed, it seems?
Well, just think back then, somebody wanted to be more popular, so they wanted to write something different.
Yeah.
Right? So they made the story just like movies. This guy's got to make this movie better, this spaceship movie better, and that spaceship movie better. Right? Well, but the story is getting changed in vision instead of through a book.
But Mattman, in reality, that space shit that they've been doing has been real all along. Realistic for you, but how realistic for the being acting? See? How much is actually acting and how much is actually witchcraft, as you would say, or using our tools? For a better word, let's call them ancient, good tools that can be used for the well-being of mankind. Now, what do you think about that?
Yeah, it is. Because I've seen, if you don't get thrown off how I was raised, if you don't get thrown off that by movies and influences, the walk is pure.
There you go.
The walk will be pure. Because I could teach anybody how to put yourself in another person's shoes. Just how my heart can connect. I taught my kids that. I taught my kids basically to control themselves. Like, I can get so deep that when I can feel when somebody's about to almost cry when they're giving a speech. I'm so in tune with the person. I feel almost doing the same thing they're doing. They go to wipe an eye and just do that. I'm almost doing the exact same stuff.
Carbon testing. That's like the wheel they found in the and you know they found a wagon wheel buried deep in coal. Now that let me just show you how that happened. Time travel. Philadelphia experiment. I remember watching the movie, but they didn't put all the details as I'm seeing it for my own eyes. Man, that detail was so gruesome. When they came back through the wormhole, through time travel, parts and beings were embedded into the metals, brother, in ways you're not going to understand. We had to put them out of their misery. It was that bad.
Or that's funny. As organic would you should put organic medical grower. It's the exact opposite of what you think.
Exactly.
With all respect, brother, but that's kind of how you're going there. I've seen him in the chat, but you're kind of exact opposite. If you think that you can have a super flu inside you that's going to do nothing to you, then you're a fool. I don't care who the fuck you are.
Exactly.
Oh, did I say that out loud? Shit.
Damn.
Dang it.
But if you welcome it with a humble heart and oneness and purity, it'll go through you.
Yeah.
I'm not saying consume it on purpose. I'm saying if it comes your way, you must welcome it. And when I say welcome, I mean let it pass through you. Don't hold it back. Because you create the resistance, it will lock onto you. That's how it works.
See, COVID is wormwood, the biblical wormwood. It's already in us.
Yes.
Right? If you don't detox it, it's called Morgellons. If you don't detox your body and keep yourself sick, you're going to get toxified.
Yes.
When your body gets toxified, you get parasites growing, you get bacteria growing, you get a candida lump in your gut that's alive, and you get sick. Basic. That's how simple it is right there. And the GMO, the candida lump, which is a parasite, it feeds on that shit. That's what it calls. So in the stuff that's in the chips, that thing fucking feeds it. They practice this. I guarantee. I seen this in a dream. They practice feeding these things what these things want. And I know people that are overweight, and they say they can feel something move in their gut. No, I tell them. I want to tell them that's not their gut, but that's a yeast. It's a fucking like a lump of yeast that's feeding off your shit, and then it has to shit and excrete in you, so you have to shit its shit out at the same time, which is where you're toxic. That's where you get the leaky gut syndrome and you get IBS. So until you eliminate that, you're going to feel sick. You're going to feel dizzy. You're going to feel like a zombie.
That's right. You got to detox that crap out.
Mm-hmm.
If you got leaky ass syndrome, you got a problem. It ain't funny. But that was a funny laugh from Fire to the Hole.
Yeah, I'm cutting this at 2 hours today, though.
Oh, I see. Look, somebody said something.
Oh, sorry, Heidi. Sorry, I meant to say hi to you.
Hi, Heidi.
Critical thinker.
A organic medical grower says he disagrees with you.
Oh, what a coincidence, man.
Or was he disagreeing with me?
That sent me for a loop. I know Master Darkseid wrote the Philadelphia Experiment movie was based on the Mantuak project.
Montauk Project. I would say the big D word is all of this. Disagree. Oh, the big disagree.
That is so ironic, man. You sent me for a loop there, brother.
Where'd you think?
My predictive programming told me that you'd never disagree, brother.
Were you sadly misinformed? Or sister in chat would disagree with you? Come on, man. I've disagreed with your fucking ass before. Don't I have.
I love it. It makes me think.
Yeah,
it just makes me think more.
How many times you've brought me down the speed and I had to bring your ass in the same moment? Come on, man. It works both ways.
As long as we're creating free thinking,
It is what it is.
that's all that matters.
You shutting it down at 2 hours?
Mm-hmm.
Well, I guess that.
Yeah. I'm sore. I'm gonna sneak off here and try to get a snooze before the kids get up. Because
Yeah.
once they get up, it's dad. We open this. Nothing like 15-year-old that's the same height as you. Can you open this can? Like, what? Will you make it for me? I'm like, do you want me to eat the damn thing for you too?
You gotta love. You know, listen to me. Just cherish it, brother. You're doing good. You're good.
Oh, yeah, that's the only thing that matters to me is paving the way for these kids.
Wow. One of these days I'll have to pay a visit, I guess.
Never know. Yeah, man.
Anything's possible, Matt. It might not be in body, but at least I paid a visit.
Yeah. Well, like when I finished talking to Jeff P yesterday.
Yeah.
When I first started doing this, I don't just look at a person's video. I listen to what he's saying. I know the struggle he went through. They found out he worked at a big banking, and they found out that he was this Jeff P that was showing everybody this stuff. He didn't realize what was going to happen to his channel. He went bang to 30,000 people in no time, and he was the most popular guy. And somebody made a call. That's all I can say. And he had to restart, and the frequency paid him back with a job that he really, really, really enjoys. And that's when I told him. He goes, I knew you were like that, but he never ever talked to me. I said, I followed you, man. I know your whole life. He's like, man, you're deep. I said, yeah. If you connect to me, I'm going to figure you out. I'm going to pick your brain. I'm going to figure I don't even have to be around you to learn you.
Critical Thinker has written in there, she says, let me throw something out there. Parasites are multi in there.
Yep.
Says eat sugar, and says the other one says eat meat, alcohol, sodas. If it's not there, it's not life. It's death.
Yep.
Death.
Something like, yeah, pretty much.
Let me say this. What is death? Death is raising your body. If death is raising you out of here, that's just an experience.
That'd be a good thing.
But
and like not rushing, but you know what I mean?
Yes, the foods and stuff is designed to lessen the experience in the machine. See, I don't want to call that death. I want to call that losing its memory and dying down. You know,
have a good one, OMG.
Shut down temporarily until raised back up, because you're going from this into something else. You're only here to transform. I'm seeing that completely in the algorithm.
Mm-hmm.
Algorithm.
I could almost.
It's morphing, like Morpheus says, morphing and transforming, and cocooning is what we're here to do. Has anyone watched the movie Cocoon? Because that's what we are. Love y'all. Y'all have peace, love, and harmony.
Mm-hmm.
Have a good day.
I'll give you a text later or whatever.
Sounds good. Bye, bitch.
Have a good day, everybody. Thank you, Heidi, for showing. It was nice that you showed up, Dan. Always helps sweetness in the day. Yeah, a good chuckle at that Snickers tree. Snickers tree without their crappy sugar. Yeah, that'd be nice. Sugar-free chocolate. Okay, lots of love, everybody. Keep that frequency going. Keep that fire inside and keep that light lit. Stay lifted.